Yeah, and so they're not so hot on this form of socialism. Again, it's become too intellectualized, too theoretical, too philosophical, too ahistorical, and hence it's not going to work out any better than the previous ones. Um, and then they go to this conservative or bourgeois socialism, and this is really sort of the worst thing for Marx and Engels. Um, the critique they have here is the tone of it is often is very comparable to the tone that you would hear of uh, about the critique of the American Republican and Democratic parties, specifically the Democratic parties of recent vintage, uh, that they've become, part of the administrative deep state of democratic capitalism. So they're a tribe within themselves. They're an elite within themselves that um, talk the talk, right, about the problems of capitalism, as well as the solutions that democracy offers, but they don't walk the walk. They don't do anything to make any of this happen. They don't revolutionize society by doing something to regulate or to overcome capitalism or to make democracy better, right? So it's basically an inside job, or that's the way Marx and Engels see it. It's an inside job. It's an elite tribe that is just there to perpetuate itself. Okay, and this is very, very similar to the critique that you hear specifically of the Democratic Party uh, nowadays. Okay, um, and then very scornful here, right? They wish for a bourgeoisie without the proletariat. Okay, uh, so this is a total misreading of capitalism, right? So again, it's this idea that capitalism can be reformed through democratic means, that it can work, and it can work for all people, especially middle class educated people. But Marx is really and Engels are really calling out this form of bourgeois socialism, right? It's a fantasy. You can't have the bourgeoisie, you can't have capitalism without a proletariat, without a revolutionary or potentially revolutionary proletariat. That's what capitalism does. It's exploiting labor to the point of a crisis of labor and of overproduction. So if you don't understand that, you don't understand capitalism.